Hello, good to have you back. In this lecture, we are going to design the front end for our blog. So this file of test bt.html, you can see we already got CSS Bootstrap, jQuery and JS file in this file. So I'm gonna save this file as blog.php. Now removing this h1 heading. Now also let's add one custom CSS styles so that we can use it later. So this time I'm gonna call this new CSS file to be public styles.css, and this file will be in the same folder of CSS. Now saving this one, if I open the CSS folder, now I have to create the same file here as well. So public styles.css. So opening this file now. Now first thing first, I'm going to add one line in this file of blog.php. So before doing anything, I'm gonna add one div right here in which I'm gonna add inline style. So I'm gonna give it height to be 10px, and let's also give some background color to be this one, this color, this one. Now let's save this one and browse this file of blog.php. Refreshing the php cms directory, you can see blog.php right here. So we got this line for now. Now we are going to add the navigation right after this colorful line. So back to my editor, I'm gonna add here nav tag, in which we are going to add the class of Bootstrap, and this class will be for the navbar, and we are going to use the navbar default style, and its role will be navigation. This role is same like we use alt while adding the image in HTML, so that we could know that what is the purpose of some particular image or the name of that image. So now right in this nav, I'm gonna add one div with the Bootstrap class of container. Now if I save this one and try to refresh this page now to show you what we got now, you can see we got this navbar, and you can also change its color to inverse to have the black color. So navbar inverse Bootstrap class, refreshing this one, you can see we got black color now. Back to editor, right in this container, I'm gonna add one more div, and this div will have the class to be Bootstrap of navbar header, and inside this div we are going to add one image. So as we don't have any folder for the images, so I'm gonna add here new folder of images, and inside this folder I'm gonna add one image of my site jazibakram.com, this image jazibakram.com.png. so let's add this image right here. So adding the image tag, and its path will be inside images folder. We got this jazibakram.com.png image. Now saving this one, if I refresh this page, you can see we got pretty much big image. So let's also align this image. So I'm gonna give it some width and making it to 200, and the height will be 30. Saving this one, refreshing the page, you can see we got image right here. So as this image will be our brand, so I'm gonna add one brand class around this image. So adding one anchor tag in which we are going to add the class of navbar dash brand of Bootstrap, and for the address to this one I'm gonna add the blog.php. Now putting all of this in the anchor. Now this is it for the header. Now right after the header I'm gonna add unordered list in which we can add couple of list items. So the first list item will be home, and inside this UL I'm going to add the bootstrap class of navbar dash nav so that we could know that this is the navigation. Now adding also the anchor tag around these one, so the first will be hash. Now the for second item I'm gonna add here blog. For the next item I'm gonna add here about us. For the next item I'm gonna add services. For the next item I'm gonna add contact us, then feature at last. Now saving this one, if I refresh this page now, you can see we got these item right here, and this one is quite down, so let's align it by adding some styles. So here we got this image. I'm gonna add the inline style and I'm gonna give it some margin to be top -5 px. Refreshing the page, let's give it some more, so making it 10, making it 12, and I think it would be great. Okay, so these are the list item. If you want to select any of them, then you can add the active class on them. So I'm gonna select this blog. So first of all, adding the hyperlink to be blog.php and adding the active class here. You can see this one is selected. Now right after this unordered list, I'm gonna add one form because we will add the search tab in our header. So adding the form here, and the action will be on the same page of blog.php, and its class will be navbar dash form for class. And inside this form I'm gonna add one form group in which we will have one input field and the buttons to submit this form. You can see the name of this button to be search button. So saving this one and refreshing the page now, you can see we got this one right here. So in case if you want to pull it to right position, you can easily do that by adding one bootstrap class here to be navbar dash right. So this class will gonna make this form to float at the right position. Now these tabs looks quite dull, so let's change their font sizes and the font family as well. So we got this class of navbar nav on unordered list. So adding this class right here, navbar dash nav. Then we have the list items. So in here I'm gonna add couple of font weight, family and font sizes. Saving this one, if I refresh this page now, these are looking quite good now, and this one is also selected. Now let's also add this blue line right after the design which we made so far. So I'm gonna copy this div of line from here and I'm gonna paste it right after the navbar right here. Refreshing the page, we got it right here. So let's make it upward. So adding some class here to be line, and let's also define this class in here, class of line, and we are going to give it some margin from the top to be 20 px in minus because we have to move it up. We also have to save this file as well. Refreshing the page now, it's perfect now. Now in the next lecture we are going to add one simple but quite cool breadcrumb of Bootstrap. So if I can show you from the Bootstrap website, if I resize this window, now at certain breakpoint you can see this breadcrumb appearing right here, and after clicking on it you will see these list items. So if I show you this blog.php file, we are having the items at certain breakpoint, but we are not having the breadcrumb. So in the next lecture we are going to add this breadcrumb like this.